Reports are now coming in that nuclear missiles have been fired between both the United States and Russia. It is unclear what has sparked this increased escalation, but world leaders are now urging all citizens to take immediate action to protect themselves from imminent nuclear blasts.
We are receiving word that protesters have gathered in the streets across major capital cities. In defiance against the mandatory shelter-in-place orders, the people are telling their governments to destroy the missiles before it's too late. In many countries like China, the people can be heard chanting peace before annihilation.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air providing news and information to the public in assigned areas. This is WCOL. We will continue to serve the world of coal. If you are not in this local area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the world of coal. Do not use your telephone. The telephone line should be kept open for emergency use. At 1:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, NORAD detected the launch of over 500 nuclear missiles across the globe. The destination of these nuclear missiles are currently unknown, but it is believed that all major cities in the United States will be impacted within the next 25 minutes. Take the following actions now. Get to a fallout shelter immediately. If one is not available to you, get to an interior room without any windows of a sturdy building. Lock all windows and doors. Turn off all heating and ventilation systems. Put as many heavy objects between you and the walls. This will prevent gamma radiation from entering your shelter. If you hear an explosion, do not look outside for any reason, as the blast will blind you. A shockwave will follow the blast. If you are caught outside, lay down on your stomach, cover your head with your arms, open your mouth, and do not move until the shockwave has passed. Within 20 minutes of the blast, nuclear fallout will fall back to the Earth. This is a product of nuclear explosions that contain highly radioactive materials that will contaminate clothing, skin, and anything that it comes into contact with. If you come into contact with nuclear fallout, wash yourself off with water and change clothing. After a nuclear explosion, vehicles, cell phones, and radios may not work. This is an emergency alert message for any survivors of the nuclear attacks. This message is sent on all amateur radio frequency bands, AM radio, FM radio, and CB radio in the event that all-out nuclear war occurred. If you are hearing this message, civilization has broken down. Nowhere is safe. A greater threat is out there. It was discovered in 1945 after the bombings in Japan that ancient alien creatures were awakened and began hiding within the population of our planet. We were warned in the 1990s that if a nuclear war occurred resulting in catastrophic devastation to the planet, the rest of the aliens in stasis would awaken and take the planet for themselves. Any survivors will be hunted down and locked in a small cage and placed in an area where stinging insects will eat them alive. The aliens will also conduct scientific tests while the survivors are still alive. If you are listening to this message, get as many supplies as you can and hide.